Hi guys, so for today's video I wanted to do an all drugstore makeup look. There are some stuff from the drugstore that I love and that I do use, and there's some products that I haven't used in a while, and I wanted to just do a full face of drugstore makeup because I know that there's some people that do not have the money to be spending on a $50 foundation when you could get for $50 more than one product. So I wanted to show you guys the stuff that I do use if it is drugstore, and yeah, so I hope you guys like this video and give it a thumbs up, and let's just get started into this all drugstore makeup. Brushes that I'm gonna use, they are all drugstore. I only buy drugstore brushes because I do think that they have a good quality and they have lasted a long time for me. Some of them are brand new, like a month or so, but the rest of them I've had for a while and they are great. They haven't really shedded much, and they haven't, like, the handle hasn't broken off or anything, so I still think that drugstore brushes are really good, and I'll be showing you guys those as well that I use. So for my face, I always do moisturize, and this is a good one from Neutrogena. This is the Hydro Boost Hydrating Serum. I do like this one. It is not as hydrating as I would like it to be, but it does hydrate, so that's good. I do have dry skin, so this is essential for me. I do need super hydrating products. I'm gonna let that sink in. This is more of a lightweight moisturizer, which is really good on a day-to-day. For primers, I don't have any blurring primers. I said it before, I want to find the e.l.f. putty something primer, but I haven't gotten my hands on it. But the two primers that I do love is, one is from Wet n Wild, and this is the dewy primer. This is the Photo Focus. And then the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Lotion. This one's really good. This one's more bronzy, but I'm gonna do half my face with one primer and the other one with one primer, because I do have a foundation for this and I have a foundation for this one. So the foundations that I'm gonna use is the L'Oreal True Match foundation. This used to be like an old favorite of mine. And then this one, I've only used it once, so I want to use it again. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation stick. So let's just do that. So on this side, I'm going to do the Wet n Wild. And this is what it looks like. It's more on the goldeny pearl side compared to the True Match Lumi. They have more shade selections. I think it's like 3 shade selections for the True Match Lumi primer or Glotion, and only the dewy or the matte for the Wet n Wild. So if you are more oily, I suggest you try the matte one, but I'm dry and the dewy one is amazing for my skin. So now this is the shade Deep Glow, because the other ones were too pink and I don't like anything that makes me look pink, and I do like a bronzy glow personally. So this side is obviously a little bit darker because of that the shade, but with foundation and everything it's gonna look okay. So I feel like I can see more glow, like a Tin Man maybe, from the Wet n Wild, but it looks really good. And the other one's like more bronzy, so you decide. The Wet n Wild is way cheaper than the True Match Lumi, but they are both really good. If you are wanting way more affordable, obviously the Wet n Wild. So let's start with the stick foundation. I'm gonna go in. I am in the shade Vanilla Beige. I think this matches me, so let's hope it does. Now, I don't know what the claims for this foundation is. Like, I don't know if they said that it's matte or a satin or a demi matte. I'm not sure, but we're just gonna go ahead and try it out. So for stick foundations, I do like to use a brush, and the brush that I love to use is from It Cosmetics. Here we go. Okay, it's not flaking on my temples. So if you see my last video, I mentioned that a foundation, when I know a foundation isn't gonna work for me, is on my temples. They start flaking off, they start picking up the product and like looks flaky. This one, for being a stick foundation, it didn't do that, so leads me to believe there is a sheen. I don't know if you can see it. It could be the primer, but still, there's sometimes where a foundation is just matte and it'll still look matte, but it doesn't seem to be matte, which I like. And this seems to be a good match for me, so that's good. But it looks good. I don't feel like I need to add extra coverage. If anything, I can just go in with concealer. So now for the other side, I'm gonna do the True Match foundation. This is in W4 Natural Beige. This is a super liquidy foundation. I used to wear this one in high school so often. I hate that it doesn't have a pump, or it's not in a squeezy tube. It is glass, and you just have to kind of hope and pray that you don't spill it all over and you don't waste product, which that sucks. For liquid foundations, I like to use my Real Techniques Face and Body Sponge. This is a really good sponge. I like it because it's bigger than the orange, the original. I am gonna add a little bit more foundation on this side. I feel like it's not as, and this is super lightweight. So, I mean, you can go full coverage if you want by adding more layers, but it is lightweight. You don't really feel it on your skin. And it looks really, really good. This is more of a satin finish. There is a glow, but not as much as the stick foundation. So this is what the base looks like right now so far. So the Wet n Wild side and then the L'Oreal side. They both look really good. So now moving on to concealer. I have a few concealers that are drugstore. So you choose whatever option goes for you. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This one is super lightweight, not a lot of coverage. So for days where you're just not even doing any foundation, you can just put this underneath your eyes and it'll, you know, so you don't have those dark circles. This is a good option for that. I have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I've already used this in a previous video, so I'm not going to use it today, but this one actually is really good. I ended up liking it. Today, I'm actually going to use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. Everybody has been talking about this one. The color range is a little bit horrible in my Target. They didn't have many shades. I think they only had 3 or 4 when I went to pick it up. So This is the shade Medium Beige, so it might be a little too dark, but we'll make it work. Yeah, but maybe a little bit too dark, but we'll make it work. Now this one does dry pretty fast, so you want to work fast when applying this. And I'm just using my sponge as well, and there's a hair. My bad. So that's the concealer. I feel like I could apply a little bit more just in the inner part. And I'm just pinching my sponge so I can get in there. Also a matte concealer, so I'm not gonna set it. But I think it's looking good. It does seem a little bit more yellow, but not bad. For cream contour, I like the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is in the shade, let me see, where's the shade name? Toffee. So I'm just going to apply some right here on the temples. Maybe a little bit on the nose. I don't do the nose often, but we're going to today. And I'm going to use the other side of the sponge, and I'm going to blend that in with the sponge. For a blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. This is a blush and cheek product. This shade is in Glistening Peach. This is my favorite one. I love it. I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm just going to dab it on my cheeks. Just gives you a nice healthy glow. This color is so pretty. So I am going to go in with a blush, a powder blush. These two I really like. This is the L'Oreal Paradise, their Peach or Enchanted collection. And this one is in the shade 191 Fantastical. It's really pretty, has a nice sheen. And then the other one, this is totally my favorite. This is Burt'sbees, a blush in Toasted Cinnamon. This one's so pretty, more wearable if you're doing something more bold, like a bold look or a bold lip. So I think today I'm gonna go in with Toasted Cinnamon. And the brush that I like to use is a Wet n Wild, an angled brush right here. And these are super affordable brushes. Wet n Wild is also, you can find them at the dollar store. So actually I believe this is the one that I bought at the dollar store because I saw it and I was like, I need that. So I'm just applying that on the cheekbones, and it's a really pretty neutral blush, so I love it. I'm gonna go in with the Physicians Formula in Champagne. This is their Butter Highlight. It is gorgeous, guys. Look at that gold sheen. Oh my god, it is so beautiful. And I'm gonna apply that with my Real Techniques. This is their setting brush, this formula. It's beautiful. Look at that gold highlight. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Then I like to put it on the bridge of my nose, and the Cupid's bow. And I do like a little bit on my chin. I do like some between my eyebrows, just like that. So yeah, this is my favorite drugstore highlight. I recommend you guys try it out. The formula is so buttery and it's super pigmented. I love it. I'm gonna use a Profusion brush. This came with a palette, and I'm going to take the shade Rush. I think I'm gonna use the shade Mugshot, which is right here. Tapping it off. I do consider Morphe Drugstore because it is in the drugstore side of Ulta. This palette I believe was $15, so it's not a bad price for how many shades eyeshadows you get when you know. And I hear they're good quality. I'm testing it out for right now to see how good it is. I don't want to do too much because I think we'll see how this goes. You guys can probably hear my kids in the background. I'm sorry, they're playing. They're in the living room and they're still loud. Like I said, I think I'm gonna do like a bright liner. I'm not sure. Let's hope it goes good. I'm gonna go into the Hard Candy palette actually, and I'm going to get the shade, like this brown shade right here, with the same brush. These are super powdery. Now I'm gonna get a flat brush and I'm gonna use this, I think I'm gonna use these two shades, mix them up together, and I'm gonna apply it to the eyelid. So like that, it's super simple. So the liner I wanted to use is by Covergirl. This is their Perfect Point Plus liner, and this one is in Cobalt. So it's a beautiful blue. Kind of thought, you know, a pop of color. I don't do color whatsoever, but I thought I would. Now I gotta be very careful because I do have lash extensions. So I'm gonna do it on the upper lash line, being extremely careful with my lashes. Just a little pop. You can hardly see it on camera because of my lashes are too full. And I did give it like the tiniest baby wing, so I think that looks pretty. For my waterline, I'm gonna use the Rimmel London Scandaleuse. Is that what it is? Yes, Scandaleuse. This is just the nude. Yes, nude lip. The nude liner for. I'm just gonna use it underneath my waterline. Okay, so for eyebrows, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Total Temptation brow definer. This one's in soft brown. My hair is black, so I don't think this is a good color match for me. I did have it for when I had brown hair, but this is what we're gonna use. I am letting my eyebrows grow. They are in the process of growing, so they look a little all over the place right now. Now I am gonna clean them up. I always have to clean my eyebrows up. What's good about this one, it has a spoolie as well. Now to carve out my eyebrows, I'm actually going to use the Maybelline Pro Glow. I don't need something super heavy. I'm going to use another BH brush, and I'm going to carve the bottom. Just like that, just a tiny bit. I don't want it too carved. I'm gonna use now the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel, just so I can have my hairs all going the same direction, and then it's gonna set in place. I like the more feathery eyebrow look, so that's what I'm doing. So moving on to lips, my favorite lip pencil, I've mentioned this before, is the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout. This is a gel lip liner in Bear to Comet. I love this one for any lip that I'm gonna do, because it's like a bare, like a nude color. And I just filled them in just a little bit. The lip color that's gonna go on top of that is the Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink. This is in the shade Driver. It's like a perfect nude for my skin. But I am gonna go on top of it with the ColourPop Villains Collection. This one is a glossy lip in Puppies from Cruella de Vil's line, because I don't like matte on my lips. I'm gonna go in with a gloss. And I feel like this gloss can go with any lip underneath any lip color. I just love glossy lips personally. This is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. So I'm gonna go with a few shades. These two shades right here. I obviously have to comb through my lash extensions. So that's that. And then lastly, I'm going to finish with my favorite setting spray, and this is the Make It Dewy from Milani. I love this one. I've mentioned it before. This is amazing. So this is the final look. This is the side of L'Oreal foundation and primer, and then this is the Wet n Wild side. They both look really good. They both look very dewy, luminous. The highlight though, guys, that highlight is really gorgeous. I don't know why I stopped using it. Oh yeah, because I get new ones, so I forget. But this one is really pretty and golden, champagne-y. So look at that on the collarbones. It looks really gorgeous. So I do suggest you guys pick that one up. Try it if it's going to be a good shade for you on your skin tone. But yes, I think I'm going to play around with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette a bit more, since today I didn't do too much because of the blue liner. The blue liner is really good. It's not super creamy, but it's not too drying, so that's good. And the eyebrows, the clear brow gel from e.l.f. is bomb.com. I love it no matter what. That's just like a staple in my brows. And I do need to probably pick up a darker shade of the Maybelline Total Temptation brow definer. But other than that, I think it's so beautiful. If you guys need to pick up the Toasted Cinnamon Blush and the highlight from Physicians Formula. These are beautiful. I feel like these are delicious. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below what kind of videos you want to see in the future. That sounded really weird when I said videos. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.